Just getting the stage set up. Yeah, I'm going through very bad connection right now because my mom's Wi-Fi has been very whack recently. Some kind of gateway authentication failure thing. Okay, that's everything. That's all the cars. Alright, so this is gonna be my live stream. This is supposed to be like a test live stream on my phone. I have never done live streaming on my phone. I've done it on my computer, but I've never done it on my phone. So if any of you, I'm just testing it out. So this is like a test video, but this is also reviewing some cars that I have that are in one of my Hot Wheels video games. So let's go ahead and get started with the live stream, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So it's me, Carson, here, and today I'm going to be showing my Hot Wheels Velocity X cars. And for those of you who don't know what Hot Wheels Velocity X is, Velocity X is a video game that was by Hot Wheels, and sorry that something came up in my throat, but I was able to get it out. But basically, sorry, it's a little hard to explain, but it's by TH&Q and some other studios name that I forgot, but it manages to feature a lot of cars, and there's also and now if you're wondering what platforms this game is on, it is on the PS2 or PlayStation 2, the GameCube, and the PC. And these are the versions I'm going to be showing. Some of these cars were not on the GBA version, which means Game Boy Advance. I have a Game Boy Advance, but my cousin had to borrow it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the main character's car. The main character is named Max Justice, and here's his car, the MST Suzuka. And it's a shame that they don't feature this one as often, but yeah, that is the MST Suzuka. I feel like I'm missing one. Okay, yeah, I'm missing one. Okay, here he is. And then this one, I believe, was driven by his girlfriend, Sparky. Yeah, that's the character's name. It is Hyperliner. This one I don't see very often. This one got changed. I'll do a video on that one soon, somewhere next year, at the time this video is being made. But this car was one of the first cars to open up. Actually, I think it wasn't the first one, but its body would come off, and it has a roll cage. And there's a switch that you can use. So that's Hyperliner. And it has the Goodyear tires, which is really cool. They didn't incorporate that into the actual game, though, unfortunately. Our next car is Flashfire. This is the 2001 mainline edition. Just the I forgot what collector number it was. MST Suzuka and Hyperliner are both 2002 first edition. All these cars range from 2000 to 2002. So MST Suzuka is from 2001 and Hyperliner is from 2002. Now here's one from the military rods, and this one I don't see very often, but it is the Lakester, and this one has an opening feature. Its last release, I believe, was in 2007, and the body does come off. Let me see if I can... Actually, I don't think it does, but some versions of it that I have of it, its body does come off. It's kind of a shame they don't make that car anymore. I wonder what Mattel's doing for that one. I don't know if they're going to change it or not. Next up, we have what's possibly the weirdest car. This one is very strange, and it's possibly one of the most bizarre-looking cars in my collection. It is Hypermite, and it's really... And yes, these are the versions that I used. These are the versions that are in the game, and this is from the 2002 mainline. Here is 2001 first edition Surfin' School Bus. This one got pretty beaten up. It's got some black marks in the front. I can tell it's gotten a little bit of some love, meaning that someone's played with it a little. But that is the Surfin' School Bus. I think it's known as Surf Bus or something like that. Next up, we have a glowing car. It is the Splittin' Image 2. It's from the 2001 Fireball 5-pack. I don't have a flashlight with me, so I can't really show it off in the dark, and I think because it's really old, it doesn't really glow that much. It doesn't really glow that well. It's from 2001, so it was like 16 years since this car was made. Here is Max's rival. They didn't say his name, but it is Maelstrom, 2001 first editions. Really love the 3-spoke wheels on this one. It looks really good. Looks like a mix between Power Pipes and Vulture. Vulture because of the exhaust pipes, and Power Pipes because of the air intakes. Next up is Soul Ire CX4. This is from the Tony Hawk series, and the decals, the birdhouse decals on this one, they did not put on. They only put like the black sections, and then that was it. I think it might have been due to copyright reasons, but they probably didn't want to promote Tony Hawk. But this is birdhouse, and it's known as the Soul Ire CX4, and the back hatch opens up. It's made of metal, and what's even cooler is the engine is painted, which is really cool. Next up, we have Mega Duty, 2001 first editions. Let me see if I can get it to focus. My camera isn't focusing for some reason, but I hope you guys see it clearly. And my connection is not very good, so please bear with me. But this is the 2001 first edition's Mega Duty. And this one got changed. His body got changed to plastic, and the bed has been covered. Next up, we have... this one is probably my second most recent one, the Shadow Jet. This is the 2001 mainline version. And it took me a while to find this one. It wasn't rare or anything like that, but it took me a while to find it. Love the gray and red and white on this one. This one looks really good. Hang on a second. I thought I saw something. That might have been me. Next up is 2002 first edition's Jaded. This was driven by it's been so long since I played Hot Wheels Velocity X, but I'm trying to think of his name. I know a couple of the other characters' names. Splittin' Image 2 was driven by Fastlane Frascati, and I'm trying to think of the character that drove this car. You can just tell me in the comments. It's been so long since I played Hot Wheels Velocity X. The last time I played it was like 2 years ago. I still have both discs for the PS2 and the GameCube versions. Next up, we have the 2001, or might have been, no, it's 2001. The 2001 first edition So Fast. And this one opens up just like Soul Ire CX4. And they did change it, and for good reason, because the roof comes off. And that roof tends to get lost. My first version I had of this one, it was the purple 2007 version. Or it might have been from 2008. Somewhere around that time range. But that version, I basically almost lost the roof, but I luckily found it, and it's in my collection now. So yeah, that's basically my so fast, and I don't have it on me right now. But here comes the next one, and this one was also changed. It is the Power Pistons. It's from the 2001 Spider Slam 5-pack. It was also in the mainline series. So if you see this one in a single pack, it's a 2001 mainline version. I don't know which one this one is, but I know it's either one of the two. And the canopy does open up, but when I first had it, it would easily come off, but now it's like intact. I didn't super glue it or anything. I didn't put any adhesives on it or anything. Next up, we have the not Bone Blazers, but I know it's like Fright Car series. This is from 2001. Rigger motor. I got the most recent release of this one, and they changed the base to plastic, and they changed it up a little, and they attached the front piece to the body. So that's Rigger motor, and this one's really cool. I really like the Rigger motor. Looks really cool. It's a pretty interesting looking car. Here is another. This is the 2000 mainline series. Way Too Fast. I don't see this one very often. Its last release was 2009, so it might have been almost 8 years since I've last seen this one. But I wonder what Mattel's doing up with some of these cars these days. I mean, some of them I see recently, like Maelstrom. I saw it in the Easter 2017 version. Next up, we have Arachnarod. This is the 2000... no, not 2000 first edition. Well, the 2000 first edition, which is red, they used it in the GBA version. This is the console version that they used in the PS2 and the GameCube and the PC. And this guy looks really cool. This one looks a lot better than the red one, even though the red one looks really good. This one I like a lot better just because I like the black. I like how terrifying this thing is. I think it was driven by Rupert Jacoby. That's the character's name. I remember most of their names, but I think the one that drove Jaded, I forgot his name. I'd have to think of his name. But not now, though, because I want to provide content for you guys. And my phone's on 10% battery, so I hope I don't cut off this live stream midway. So next up, we have Muscle Tone. This is the 2001 mainline version, and it has the PR5s. The version that they used did have the PR5s, and there's also a 5-spoke version of this one. The Muscle Tone's a pretty cool car, and definitely another Hot Wheels classic. Here is the Military Rod, same series as Lakester, and it is the Greased Lightning, or Greased Lightning, because it doesn't have a G at the end of the name. The bogies got a little bit bent, which that's kind of natural because it's very I don't know how common it is, but the car's got a metal body, metal base, and it represents Buzz Bomb, which is what it says right here. But yeah, I really like the Grease Lightning. It's a very interesting casting. It's kind of like a hot rod mixed with a formula car. Next up is a very fast... This is probably one of the fastest Hot Wheels cars I've ever had in my collection, and one of the most aerodynamic ones. It is Jet Threat 3.0, and this one first originated in 2001. This is the first version. I did not get the 2002 mainline version, which is powder blue. I love the 5 dots. It's metal body. And this casting is really fast on the track, but just like, well, in one of my other videos, I talked about Power Pipes, how it won a lot of races. I think this is one of the cars I might have beaten up against. You know, it's been a while since I've raced Power Pipes, but here's another one that I don't see very often, Attitude. And this is one of these GameCube Game Boy Link cars where you have to get it from a link. And same with this next one, which is the 2001 Sports Series 202. The Attitude is it's from the 2000 Wastelanders series. No, it's not. I don't think it was like Wastelanders, but I know it wasn't from the Tony Hawk series, but I know it was from 2000. But this one looks really cool. The version on this one in the game has 5 dots. It has gold 5 dots, but it has gold lace wheels in the actual version. Same with Split and Image 2. It had 3 spokes, but in real life it has 5 dots. Here is Power Rocket. This casting looks really cool, and it's got a canopy that opens up. This one is probably one of the best versions I've ever seen of this one. Power Rocket's a pretty cool casting. Next up, we have one of the most... It used to be an iconic car, but now I don't really see it. Its last release was like 2009, just like way too fast. But it is Showstopper, as it was referred to in the game. But also it was referred to as Sear Tuner. I don't know why they changed its name for some reason, but this is Sear Tuner. I really like this one. This one was in the box of almost every Hot Wheels car back from 2001 to 2004. Might have been 2004, but it's been so long since I've seen the actual packaging, and it's been so long since I've seen this car. Here is another car with and this came out of a 5-pack. And by the way, the Power Rocket's from the 2001 mainline, and the Sear Tuner is the 2000. It's the 2000 first editions, and this one is the 3-spoke. And I tried to get it as game accurate as possible, and I succeeded. Next one is Surf Crate. This one was all the mainline, and it was in the Skateboarders 5-pack with another car, which I'll show you after this one. The other version came with a surfboard, and this version does not. And it also doesn't have a surfboard in the game. Now, speaking of the Skateboarders 5-pack from 2001, here is the Diora 2. They made a real-life... I heard they made a real-life car of this one, and this is my dream car now. So I really hope I can commission someone to make this car for me. It's a really cool car. Now, I have the other version. The red's a bit brighter, and it's like a more Spectra Flame red, but it's Metal Flake red, and it has the surfboards. It's in my rack, but I have so many red cars, I don't want them to fall over. Maybe I'll show them to you another day, but yeah. This is the 2000 first edition Vulture, and just like I said, with Maelstrom, this one looks very similar. This one, along with... Basically, Maelstrom is the product of this car and Power Pipes mixed together, or if you just were to fuse them. But I love the slick black on this one. This one was driven by Simon Slick DeLuca, and kind of funny that I mentioned Slick because his name literally popped up as I was speaking. But that is Vulture. Next up is another Game Boy Link car. In the PS2 version, you get this one for free, but it is the Overboard 454, and I played with this one, so I got it when it came out, or it might have been something like that. But this is the Overboard 454. It's a really nice car. It's a pretty good track car. Then we have what is possibly one of the most popular Hot Wheels cars. It was popular back in the World Race and Acceleracers era. This is Crazy 8, and I really love this model. It is one of the coolest cars I've ever seen. It's like a Le Mans formula mix, which is really cool, and I love the engine. It's in my top 10 favorite Hot Wheels. Still working on that video. I will get it posted eventually. So that is Crazy 8. Next up, we have a car that was driven by one of the villains, Belcher. This is Evil Twin, and this is the 2001 first edition. Same with Crazy 8. That is also the 2001 first edition of Crazy 8, and the 2002 first edition of Overboard 454. But this is Evil Twin. Not a huge fan of this car, but hey, it's an okay car. I keep forgetting. Here's another one. Here is Hammered Coupe. And I really, just like Evil Twin, I really like the purple on this one. I'm trying to get my camera in focus. I think the rest of my diecast changes videos are going to have, going to be on my GoPro, so I'll have them uploaded. Next up is Super Tuned, and I have not seen this one recently, but this one, but yes, this is the game version, and I also have the yellow version of this one, but I don't see this one very often. This looks like a really nice casting. I don't know why they had to get rid of it. I don't know exactly what they did. I don't know if they secretly put it in Final Run or anything like that, but my phone is now on 4%, but now I wanted to save one of the best cars for last. It is the HW Prototype 12. It was driven by Otto von Diesel. I'm sure I might have butchered that name. Probably not, but I said it too fast. But this is the 5-spoke version. I have the PR5 version, the Phil Rillman 5 version, but where the wheels look a little different. In case you're wondering what the PR5s are, it's these wheels. That's the ones on the MST Suzuka. But so I ended up getting both of them, and they both look really good. But this is the game version. I wanted to make it game accurate as possible.